Hello, peace, love, light, all the good things. Thank you for tuning in to my video and my channel. My name is Sanaya, and I'm coming on here to just share something that I think is important, or at least something that's relevant in my life that may be relevant to someone else. A little about me. So I recently graduated from college, technically this past September. It is now December. So a few months ago, I graduated from a predominantly white institution, 30,000 students, like big institution. I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts in Foreign Languages, with a concentration in Spanish. And, well, I think this is relevant to share in this part too. Towards the end of my undergrad, towards the end of my college experience, my second to last year, which was my junior year, I hit like a wall with where I was and where I was going, and it caused me to reevaluate a lot of things that I was engaging in, socially, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, like overall, holistically. And because I didn't want to not finish what I had started, I decided to graduate with my Spanish major. At the time of my junior year, I was a double major in animal and poultry sciences and Spanish, with a minor in leadership and social change. Leadership and social change. Something like that, if that's not right. I think that's it. Leadership and social change. So I had a heavy workload, okay, which I can get to in a different video. But that's not really the focus of this one. So long story short, a lot of things on an institutional level I just didn't agree with. I found a lot of hypocrisy in the ways in which I was being taught, in the ways in which the university was providing things for me and or not providing things for me. I was working a lot with administration, with faculty members, with different departments when it came to different social justice initiatives such as diversity and inclusion, feeling of belonging, retention, just, focus areas for the institution at the time to build its diverse portfolio. And throughout my experience working in these groups, collaborating with different people, I saw that it was a lot of talking. I saw that it was a lot of, we want this and we have this, but we really don't have this. We want students to feel like they belong, and we're checking off the boxes. We're creating statistics that represent the progress that we've made, but truly from a bird's eye view and from the student's perspective, those changes were not being made. And there were so many more complex problems that were added on to it. So I saw the hypocrisy of everything, and I just didn't agree at all with what was going on, and I just wanted to go. In addition to that, being in school, being in class, and being spoon-fed lies, being taught things that just weren't even true, being taught values and standards that just weren't good. Like, just, I was a Spanish major. I didn't think that Spanish would be I didn't think Spanish would be so Eurocentric. And when I say that out loud now, I mean, of course it's Eurocentric. Spanish was spread throughout the Western world by colonizers. I just didn't know how deep the material could go as far as like indoctrinating students into perpetuating this way of life that has been so oppressive for years and decades and centuries. And so, as a curious person, as someone who always wanted to know the purpose of things, I didn't find any purpose in what I was learning because the foundation of it was built on lies and deceit, manipulation, and indoctrination. And so I didn't care anymore. I just wanted to finish. I really didn't want to finish, but family members, parents had convinced me that, you know, I needed that piece of paper to determine some sort of value and worth, which, when it comes to it now, I'm not working in a field straight out of college that is based on my degree. It's just not. So, didn't know I would go on that tangent, but I didn't care. I lost motivation, and I just kind of just fizzled through the last months, the last year of my college career. So fast forward, I'm a substitute teacher now. I work in the county of where I live, and I'm seeing so many things that I just disapprove of. So many things that I am disgusted with. And as somebody who really cares about the well-being of the collective, about the well-being of myself and others, it angers me to see our children being failed at such a young age for such a long period of time by people who that they believe to trust, they see as role models and guidance. I'm also disappointed in the system. Not really disappointed because the system is made to be oppressive. However, I'm disappointed in higher ups and teachers who undervalue themselves enough to continue spoon feeding, to continue to perpetuate this instant gratification for kids, for this new generation after me, like, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because a lot is coming to mind right now. And I don't want to be long-winded about it. I'll say this. my last assignment really had me reflect on what I was doing, what I was contributing to. Because I don't want to contribute to the beast. I don't want to contribute to a system that don't give a damn about us. I don't want to do that. I would rather put my focus, put my energy into a system that is actually built for us to thrive. But I see a different perspective on it, and that's where I want to share here for those that care, right? For those who are in a field and they really care about the work that they do. They really care about the impact that they make. They may not have all the answers. We may not have all the answers, but we care. And we want to create a life that is better than what we came in with. Because there's a lot of problems to fix. There's a lot. We're not missing out on the problems. We also not missing out on blessings. It's a lot of blessings too, but that's not what I'm talking about. And so we're sometimes tested. We're sometimes put through these seasons of uncomfort and these seasons of revelation to see just who and what our enemy is, and the level of disgrace that it has on us, on our communities. So the last assignment that I taught was in middle school. I was actually at the middle school for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. And the first day, I came in and there was already a teacher. So I would be co-teachering for the day, which I'm going to put a pin in the story. No, I'm going to keep going. It was a teacher, so I would be co-teachering, meaning that I literally had no role to play. The teacher was already there. There was a teacher there to facilitate the classroom. I could have been more helpful somewhere where there was no teacher at all to fill in the spots. So why do you have me signing up for a classroom that already has a teacher in it? Make it make sense. When we're already dealing with teachers not working because they have their own lives that have been impacted by this pandemic and they're still catching up. Meanwhile, they have to take on these different and new responsibilities of being a guardian and being a this, that, and the third to children who have reduced social skills, reduced learning abilities and rigor. Like, put me somewhere where I'm gonna be helpful. Don't just put me in a room because it's an easy day. Like, no. And we got to get out of that. Well, some people just don't care. Some people just don't care. So I'm talking to the teacher. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? If you already here. And his attitude was just like, shoot, it's an easy day for you. Okay. So further into the day, not even really, didn't take long for me to see just what his teaching style was. Kids come in cussing, saying things that I would never allow my child to say. Saying things that I wouldn't want to hear from a 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old. I don't care that you cuss, out with your friends. That's out with your friends. This is not that. This is school. the values are lost in these schools that I'm seeing. And that was a prime example. He let them come in, talk to him all types of crazy, tell them to shut up, tell them, have their phones out, and they're looking at TikTok, they playing games. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be studying for whatever they have in their other classroom periods. So you already doing the kids a disservice because they have a time slot allotted for them to make up assignments, for them to actually learn things. Like, and he's just making phone calls to his wife. Like, he was just doing way too much. Way too much. And as somebody who cares about education, as somebody who cares about the well-being of children, about the rearing of children, that was not it. That was not it. If somebody's parent came in that classroom right then and there, they would be highly disappointed. If I came in that classroom and I had my child in there, I would cuss that teacher out. Because how dare you expect me to send my child to your class and this is what you got them exposed to? No discipline, nothing, no structure. Just kids running the class and teachers acting like kids. I had to talk to 2 students after they almost, not really because the boy won't go do nothing, but almost got into a fight. After I'm finished talking with the girl, another teacher comes over to me talking about, yeah, she's a little different. She thinks she's a wolf. I thought I might have had to pray over her and throw some oil on her because she was real. Like, come on, bro. You don't have to tell me that. I don't know this girl. I won't see this girl. Don't tell me no shit like that. You over here trying to talk shit about a child instead of trying to guide her, instead of trying to learn more about, like, is she good? Is she good mentally? And shoot, maybe that's, let her have her imagination. She's a child. It's like the teachers over here gossiping about the children like it's nobody's business. You have teachers coming in, walking into the classroom, telling all their family business. Like, where's your class, ma'am? Where's your class? Like, it was just so many things at once that if I was a health inspector for the school, they would get a fat F. Fat F. Because it was horrible. 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 I would not send my child to a school like that. And then the kids who were respectful, they were outcasted. They were to themselves. They were quiet. They didn't really talk to anybody. And it's like, what standard are you setting? You're making it so that the kids who have no guidance, have no sense, be the role models, be the ones that are favored. No. Where's the leadership? So the next day, I have a class by myself. And same thing, like they thought they was gonna be able to do that with me. No, you're not about to do that with me. I don't care how young I look. I don't care how cool I look. No, I have self-respect, which means I don't say certain things. I don't do certain things. I don't act certain ways because it's not respectful to me, and I won't allow it around me, especially from a child. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that in a way that I am a role model for you. So I'm definitely not going to allow you to be disrespectful to yourself and others when I don't even do that for myself. No. This is a place to learn. This is a place to build. Not just walk around and act a fool and be aimless. And I get it. I get that age of trying things out. Like, I understand that, you know, there's time and places for fun and jokes and all of that, but that was just not it. It was just too much stupidity. There was bullying, you know, I'm not gonna get into the details because this video is getting kind of long, but it was a situation where two boys were talking about this girl who had gotten into a fight not too long ago, and she was visibly upset. So I pulled her aside and talked to her in the hallway. Come to find out, this has been happening for weeks, of them just taking shots at her. And nothing has been done about it. What has been done is the teacher would just let the child work outside in the hallway. What type of lesson is that? What is that doing? This is the type of stuff that leads to things like mass shootings and kids killing themselves over being bullied. And I'm not going to blame the child. I'm going to blame the adult who knows better and has the opportunity to do better and discipline the child in their authority. And yet nothing has been done. It's the fact that these adults are impacting children's lives. Like, and that's not really taken into consideration. They're impacting the lives of these children day in, day out, Monday through Friday. That's a big impact on a child. You know, a focal point for their social interactions, focal point for their learning interactions, for the way that they think, for the way that they relate themselves to the world around them. And this is what they get. So a bunch of things happened throughout those 2 days to cause me to question and reevaluate my role, because I'm not about to sit up here and not do anything and just let the shit happen. I'm not about to sit up here and keep contributing to something that is just not working at all and is doing more harm than good. The kids are not learning. I subbed an English class, high school class of 9th graders. The teacher pulls up a YouTube video and has somebody read it to them out loud. Nobody has their book out. Nobody's following along. Children are asking the teacher what's going on in the book instead of reading. 9th grade, y'all. Like, ain't no way. And so I understand that everybody is exhausted. But we not gonna keep acting like shit is sweet when it's not. We not gonna keep putting these blanket statements talking about the impact that we're having on our children when that's just not the case. When our future professionals don't even know how to read. We're not about to do that. We're doing a disservice. So for those who actually care, and if this resonates with the situation that you got going on but in a different way, then follow along. So at the end of the day, I'm walking to my car and I had a whole video because I like to talk to myself through video. You know, I like to write and I like to just let it out through video and just look at it over again to just kind of put pieces together that weren't clear before. So I'm over here venting about what I just experienced, and I come to the realization that now is the time. This is a warning, you know, this is a warning, like, hey, Sanaya, you see it for yourself. You see the impact that this system is having. You see that there are cracks and it's crumbling down and it's just failing. You see it. So rather than continue down this road, go ahead and find your tribe. Go ahead and find your tribe. Go ahead and anchor on to those who are actually building and actually making change and actually creating strong foundations for the new systems that are rising, that are bound to rise when the old ones crumble. Go ahead and find your tribe now. Be bold, be courageous, start something new. Something built from integrity, love, honesty, passion, purpose. It's no more blind leading the blind. It's no more of that. It's time for us to stand up as leaders, as people who actually care, and do what is necessary. It is no convincing the old system to be better. They weren't meant to. And history has taught us this time and time again. So don't disappoint yourself when you walk into work the next day and it's the same old same. Because baby, that's what it is. Believe it the first time. Believe it. And do something different. I think that is the takeaway. You know, do something different. Find those who actually care in your communities, whether in person or virtual. Reach out, ask for help for those who care, those who are genuine. Real recognize real. So once you find that real, hold on to it and build. And let's get ourselves out of this situation that we've been brought into. Because the time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Ain't no more second guessing. Ain't no more pitter pattering. Like, it's time. It's time to get into it. And I would rather not be behind. I would rather not be left behind when I've known this whole time, like, yeah, I knew I should have. I knew I could have. I knew I would have. Don't know, do. So that's my message for today. I hope that it helps one person at least. I hope that, you know, this resonates and that this spreads to whoever needs to hear it. Because the same can be applied whether you're a teacher or a factory worker or a laborer or a farmer or a person working at a corporate office. Like, it could apply to anybody. No more hiding from the truth. So with that being said, I'm gonna close out this video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my words. Thank you for hearing my passion, because I can get passionate. Okay, I can get passionate. And thank you for being open to receiving. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Please like, please comment, and please subscribe if my, talks resonate, please check out my other videos that have to do with, just my thoughts on things that are happening in the world, and kind of just being a spokesperson and kind of giving voice to a perspective that maybe isn't the focus of the conversation, to just let people know that they're not alone in their thoughts and in their feelings, because some change needs to happen. Okay, it need to happen, and it takes us. So as the longer we continue to play games and ignore the call, the worse off it will be. Point blank. It's up to us. So with that being said, peace, love, light, all the good things, and y'all be blessed. Be blessed.